Alright, so I've gone ahead and emptied the gas tank, and before starting this job I've just put down a nice soft foam pad so that we don't scratch the gas tank. And we're going to go ahead and make this hole where the old petcock used to be a little bit bigger to accommodate the new petcock. To do that, we're going to use two pretty specific tools here. These are called step drill bits, and the step drill bit is different from a traditional drill bit in that, as a traditional drill bit is just straight and you just drill the hole, the one size is what you get. A stepped drill bit, as you can see, is stepped in size. So where this smaller stepped drill bit ends, this bigger drill bit begins. And the idea behind this is that you cannot over drill the size of the hole for what it is that you are trying to achieve. So to accomplish this step, we pull out our trusty vernier calipers, which look like this, and we measure really quickly the size of the new petcock at the threads, because this is how big the hole's got to be. And then from here we'll take the same measurement and we'll just really lay it over top of the step drill bit to see what size we actually need to get. And that's it right there. So according to this will be the third step, but in measurement it's 5/8, and that will be the hole size. So from here, let's put down the vernier calipers. We know it's 5/8. I'm going to take some electrical tape and pull up a small piece like this. And I'm going to tape off the 5/8 so that when I'm drilling and I can't see the numbers because they're spinning around so fast, I'll know I'm supposed to stop right when the tape gets to the part of the gas tank hole. And this will prevent me from over drilling on the step drill bit. Just like this. Okay. So it does look a little bit goofy. It will cut a really precise hole. And this will go into the drill, and then we'll be able to proceed with the drilling. And that's it. That's how it goes. We'll start with this little guy. We'll go all the way through, and then we'll finish it off with that guy there. And that's how it's all going to work. Ta-da! So we were just about to start drilling, and Bill made the comment that the filings are going to fall inside the gas tank, which is a very good observation. We have to use a magnet, and we're going to put it through the gas cap, through the gas tank, to the other side where we're going to drill. Move this drill out of the way. Where we're going to drill, and this magnet's tip is going to be on the inside of the gas tank, and it's going to hopefully attract as much of the filings as possible. We will not get every single last bit of filing that drops in with this magnet, but we're going to catch a very good portion of it. The rest of the filings that are in the gas tank will do one of two things. One, get caught by the fuel filter itself, which is already installed on the petcock. Two, if it makes it through that filter, there's a secondary filter that goes to the carbs. And or finally, three, because it is metal, it will likely act as sediment and settle at the bottom of the gas tank and not offer any resistance or jamming of the petcock's flow in any way. But yeah, it's not a 1, 2, 3 step. It's several steps to get this job done. So to catch the filings, we're going to use a magnet through the cap to the very bottom of the gas tank, where we're going to be drilling to stop this from causing a problem. Oh yeah, okay. So started drilling, and the step drill bit has got two very large chamfers in it. Chamfer's a fancy word for room for the filings to go as the drill bit cuts. And because of that, it walks around this oval hole a fair bit. It's kind of sloppy. I can't get it centered. So I'm going to use this half moon file to go inside the oval hole, and I'm going to make 2 half moons to center the drill bit and then proceed from there. It's going to take some time, but we really want this to be centered right in the middle, because when we go to adapt the petcock through this mounting plate, the plate sits right over top of these 2 holes perfectly, and it's centered like that. So we really want it to be like smack in the middle so that it creates a proper seal, and of course all the mounting hardware and everything holds up the way it's supposed to. So put that aside, take out our magnets, get on our file, and get to work. Elbow grease to the rescue. Okay, so we are ready. So couple of extra tools that I used to get this job done. We actually didn't end up using the drill after all. It would have been a little bit quicker, but doing this by hand I think was very effective. The 2 files that I used is a half moon and a full circle. This is a rat tail file, and this is a half moon file. It's not really a half moon, but it's concave on one side, convex on one side, and flat on the other, while this one's just perfectly round. I use this as a pilot just to start the filing groove, because with the magnets I kept pulling the file left and right and I couldn't get it straight. So I started with this guy and finished with this guy. and it actually made a really, really nice nice hole. And if you want to close in here, you'll see that the magnets have actually done a really, really great job of catching as much of the filing as possible. All of it has not been caught. Some of it definitely is in there, and thankfully our magnet on the inside has caught a lot of that. But what we've ended up with is a really nice looking hole. And when we get the other petcock, we'll just move these magnets out of the way for a minute. Get the other petcock, you'll see that it actually slides right in there like it was made for it. Ooh, baby. Look at that. So now what this means is we'll pull the petcock out, we'll put this guy in situ, slide this through. This is just a mock-up, and you see how it's supposed to sit? It's perfect. Very happy with this. Patience, but it paid off in the end. So we're going to clean this up, pull the camera out, and put the gasket on and put it all together. See if it works. So we're just about ready to install our new Pingull petcock onto the gas tank. And I just want to make a quick comment about aftermarket parts being bolted onto your bike. They won't always be plug and play. It won't just be, unscrew the bolts, put the part on, and put the bolts back on. Sometimes you're going to have to make some pretty major modifications to make this work. You've already noticed that I've enlarged the hole in the gas tank to accommodate this petcock from stock. That required some drilling, some filing, some magnets, etc., etc. But the bottom line is, when installing aftermarket parts, you'll need to pay attention to the details. It won't always be plug and play. So that being said, we're going to move right along from this Pingull petcock onto a 2008 Scrambler gas tank. The long and short of it is, we want to install the petcock so that it's facing the right direction. And you'll notice that when we put it in, we want the petcock to face towards the inside where the carburetor is, or all the business is. But if we go ahead and screw this petcock all the way in, you'll notice that by the time it starts getting snug and more difficult to turn, there it is, it's obviously facing in the wrong direction. We need this spout to face the inside where the carburetors are, and the gas tank is upside down, but we don't want it facing out, we want it facing in. So we're going to introduce something called Teflon tape to make this petcock face in the right direction. And I want to make a comment that Teflon tape comes in lots of different shapes and sizes, but well, we ran out of the blue stuff, which actually is good because it's improper. The blue, or white I should say, Teflon tape is intended for water applications only, and the yellow Teflon tape is intended for chemical use, gasolines, oils, etc., etc. And it's important that you pay attention to this, because if you put the wrong Teflon tape in place, you're going to end up with problems. But anyway, we're going to use the gas-intended Teflon tape to install this petcock. So we're going to unscrew this real quick, and we're going to get ready to install this. Now this is kind of kind of tricky. It's simple in its explanation, but it's tricky in the install. We want to install the tape in a way that when the petcock goes into the mount, that as we screw it in, we're not unscrewing the tape that we've just wrapped on. So it's important that the tape goes on in the right direction. So as you see, this is the turning in direction, right? We're going clockwise, and we want the tape to go on in the same direction so it doesn't unscrew itself, or unwrap itself, sorry, as it goes in. So it's pretty straightforward for us on this one. We're just going to wrap the tape on in the same direction that we would have screwed the petcock into the gas tank. So there's a nice even turn, and we're going to do, I think it's 3 turns with this thicker tape. It was 4 turns with the white stuff, and this is the yellow, so break that off. And as you can see, it's a pretty nice finish on there all the way around. And then we're going to get ready to install. So we'll turn the petcock, and it's already starting to give me resistance. It feels like it wants to stop here, but we've actually got a little ways to go. And this might be a total success. Yes! And that's it. That's perfect. That's exactly where we wanted the petcock to be. And the Teflon tape is in there forming a seal. And this is great for us. This is great. It's like almost a one-step deal. We'll turn the gas tank over, just so that in your mind you can sort of see what I'm talking about. The petcock is facing the right direction. We want the lever out here so we can operate the gas. The rider can operate it on the outside. And the fuel, of course, is going into the carburetors on the other side. So this is great. This has been really, really smooth in reference to installing this petcock. It worked out very well. Yeah!